happy Friday. So, living for the weekend. Living for the weekend. You want to know how you can live for the weekend and still lose weight? That's what I'm going to share with you now. Well, let's just listen for one moment. One experience going to the opera. I have to share this quick story before I share with you how you can live for the weekends and still lose weight. Pay attention. So I'll never forget, I was trying to woo my wife when we were dating, and living in New York City, we had access, right? You had access to the best shows, and you could go to an opera. So what did I do? I thought I would be like the cool, do something different. And we got tickets, and they were expensive too. Tickets to the opera, La Boheme, right? Like, ooh, opera, yes, okay. So I'm sorry I'm not that refined. If you're an opera lover, I apologize ahead of time. Because what we did, we went to the opera. It was like maybe it felt like 14 hours. We didn't know, because this is what happened. And I am going to get to the live for the weekends and lose weight. But you gotta listen to me here, because I put on some opera. And it's going to come in handy in just a moment. So we got there. We had busy days. We were both working. I was training and working, and she was working and going to school, full schedules. And we were young, right? 20s, late 20s. And we had tickets, and she was excited. We dressed up nice, went to a nice dinner, and we got to the opera, and it was beautiful. Everybody was decked out, dressed to the nines. We were in Lincoln Center. Felt a bit uppity for the evening, even though we weren't anything close to being uppity. We got in, we sat in our seats. We had good seats, maybe $150, $200 a seat. I don't remember. It was expensive at the time, being in my 20s. So I was thinking, this is going to be great. And then there it comes on. And it was like, how could you not be stimulated by it? And then guess what happened? The both of us were nudging each other because we fell asleep. We both literally fell asleep. And that is the story of my one and done with the opera. So why am I sharing? Well, how does that have to do with enjoying the weekends, living for the weekends, and losing weight and keeping on track of losing weight? Here's what I'm going to share with you. Because what do we think of? Okay, living for the weekends, it means, maybe partying, whatever that looks like for you. Indulging, enjoying, relaxing, having a good time, right? Letting loose, having some cocktails, carefree, right? Here's what happens. Here's what happened when we went to the opera. Now, I didn't care for it. You got to find something that you actually enjoy. But maybe you don't care to work out on the weekends. Maybe you don't care to eat healthy on the weekends. But it's about changing your perspective. You see, if you're trying, now listen, if you're not trying to lose weight, if you're fine where you're at, if you're on the healthy path, and even if you're not, even if you don't want to, you can live the way you want, right? But I'm here to share with you some insight on how you can live with the weekends. You can enjoy your life. You can still enjoy it, but you cannot live and make life be revolving around the things that are what are getting you into trouble and why you can't lose weight. Now, here's the reality. Here's like a reality. Now, I can appreciate listening to a moment of two of the opera, and I don't know, George Friedrich Handel, Messiah. So that's what's on this radio station. But I would say is that I probably wouldn't enjoy it like people who enjoy going to the opera, right? And I'm not to say that, the weekends, it's about perspective. So how do you want to keep in shape, stay on track, and still live and enjoy your weekends? The way to do that is to change your perspective. See, here's what happens. You have to realize, if you want to be a certain weight and you're trying to lose weight and the weekends are a struggle for you, change your perspective. Think about changing something in your habits, changing something in your weekend. Can you enjoy it? The reality is, it's not the weekend that messed you up. It's probably because your week wasn't really as planned and as structured as you had wanted it to be, maybe even thought it was, and maybe you don't even have any structure during your week, and then the weekends, you go off track and you blame it on the weekends, and the reality is not the weekends. Chances are it's the other days of the week. It's Monday through Friday. Because if we were to really be honest with each other, right? If you and I were just to have an open, honest conversation, Were you perfect over the week? Did you not indulge over the week? Did you not have those snacks at night? Did you not dip into the freezer and get in some ice cream? Did you not have a couple of cocktails during the week? See, then the weekends come and you're indulging during the week is really not an indulgence because it's just a habit. But then the weekends come and you blow it out. Now I can say, do you want to live for the weekends? You can. Maybe it's just realizing that it's not living so awesomely during the week. And in other words, enjoying and indulging, you can still enjoy life, but maybe it's changing your perspective. Maybe your weekends you can enjoy. In fact, I know for a fact, many of my clients that I'm working with that are on a weight loss plan enjoy their weekends. They enjoy some indulgence. They're probably not going to the opera. I would say I'm not interested in going to the opera. I would enjoy a good show and go to theater and, I can enjoy some culture, this and that, but the opera's not for me. So here's the thing. Being healthy and in shape, losing weight and getting fit may not be for you. But chances are, like somebody who enjoys the opera, guess what? They're going to go and do the opera. They're going to get the tickets and go. We went and it wasn't for us. Now, being healthy and fit may not be for you. It's not necessarily for everyone. I believe everybody should be in that direction. But hey, you can live for the weekends. You can live for the week. You can enjoy life. There's nothing to it. That's your prerogative. But if you're struggling, if you're at that point right now in your life, and I know a lot of people that aren't because I have conversations often, pretty much on a daily basis, and they're like, Mark, I'm really struggling. And I think, I do really well during the week, and it's the weekends when I struggle. And then I get into the conversation, well, tell me about your week. What are you doing during the week? And it's not so awesome. It's just, it feels really awesome because the weekends go way overboard, way out of proportion. They go way off track. And that's where you feel like the most vulnerable. You feel like the worst because the weekends you're having fun, but you're getting in trouble and you're doing more indulgent. But then you're realizing it's during the week that you have to dial in because there's 5 days during the week and there's only maybe 1 or 2 days in the weekend that can get off track. So chances are it's not living for the weekends. It's maybe living for the week. And don't get me wrong, and don't make no mistake about this. I want you to live. In fact, the fastest way that you can live a full, like your best life ever, like living your best life, living for the weekends, living every day, is to be on a healthy path. And that's not extreme. That's not being super restrictive. It's not working out for hours and hours and hours. It's not just eating, celery and just juicing and just having protein shakes. It's actually living. But when you can figure out and you have the structure and accountability and plan in place, and maybe you need help with it. Maybe you and I need to have a conversation about what you're doing, about how you're living for the weekends or how you're living every single day. And maybe that's the roadblock that's getting in the way of you being your absolute best. So let's make this pack. You're going to live for the weekends. If you're trying to lose weight, you may need to restructure how you live. Maybe it's restructuring what you're listening to, right? If you're listening to your mindset, the opera was not good mindset for me. It just didn't work for me. And probably if you're still struggling to lose weight, something's not working for you. And sometimes it requires a pair of outside eyes looking in at what's going on. But if you're kind of in that habit mode in the weeks, you kind of are off track during the week, and the weekends, you're just like, that's where you feel off track because during the week doesn't feel off track because it's such a habit now. Do yourself a favor, maybe evaluate. We made a quick evaluation. The opera was not for us. We made a pact. Nope, we're not going to the opera anymore. Hey, I got nothing against the people that enjoy the opera. It's not for us. Now, if you don't enjoy being overweight and out of shape, maybe you have to change and you have to shift. You have to change your focus. It may not be the weekends that you're trouble. It may be during the week. And that's why maybe you're stuck where you're at. So anyway, it's Friday. I got to go hit a workout. It's time to go. Happy TGIF. If you're going to the opera, enjoy it. You don't need to tell me about it. I've already been one and done. That's it for me. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Daily Dose tomorrow, 8 a.m. Show up. Take care. God bless. We'll see you.